Hey everyone, Joshua Hanlon here, and today I'm with Rob and his family here at the Bricks and Minifigs store in Roseville in Minnesota. We're going to be taking a look at some custom layouts that they've got along with tons of awesome Lego products. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the store here?
Sure, yeah, we wanted to start a family business, and because of my connection with the nonprofit I lead and our son's small obsession with Lego, we thought, hey, this would be a great store to open. And so my wife and I, about a year ago, we were in Arizona, actually all of us, and we saw some other ones. And she said, hey, we should look into doing this. And here we are about a year later, and we have our own store that's open, and all three of our kids get to work here as well. They know how to run the register, they know how to open the drawers, they know how to do things in the back. So we're excited to have a family-owned business, and our big thing is a place to spark joy and creativity. And so we get to see people coming in all the time who are building their own things. They're excited to find something from 40 years ago or a brand new set. So that's the whole reason that we started it, though.
Yeah, and seeing that older stuff is a lot of what I love coming into the stores as well, and we'll see some really cool stuff later on. But we'll start off right now with this custom display. So this is really neat, kind of right when you walk in the door. Tell us about the story behind this and how this works.
Yeah, so the thought here was we wanted something a little bit interactive, and so we're thankful for the Greater Midwest Lego Train Club to help us get the train automated. So we just push the little button here, and then the kids get to see the old Amtrak train go around. And then on the top here, it can always be changed, and so they're all on the different base plates. And so, again, because of our son David here, he's always wanting to build and rebuild things, and so this gives him the opportunity to do that. But our two other kids do it, and then other kids who come into the store get the opportunity to build things in there as well.
So it's almost like a little modular sort of cube system where you build the building and can switch them in and out.
Exactly. Yep. So I think a few of the ones are still original from 4 months ago when we opened, but most of them are new, and so we can just keep on switching them out.
Another great display you have when you first walk in the door here is a bunch more custom builds. Who built some of these here? Were these from like customers, or how does that work?
Yeah, some are from customers, some are from the local lug, the twin lug. And so you can see down low there, yeah, that's from a twin lug guy named Tom. If you come up high, there's another one from a guy named Sheldon from twin lug. And up on top there, there's this minifig where these two brothers made the helmet that actually fits on top of their head.
That is such an impressive build. It looks amazing.
Yeah, I don't even want to try it on, but you can. And then, yeah, down at the bottom, there's some kids, 13 years old, 14 years old, things like that, who have built some different things as well. So, again, we really want to celebrate that joy and creativity that Lego brings to so many people.
One of the very unique things I noticed when I walked in the store is this guy down here.
Yeah.
So where did that come from?
Yeah, we have a couple 3D printed guys. So we have him, and we also have a trooper over on the other side. There's a local guy who 3D prints wall mounts for Star Wars ships. So he came in and we started talking, and I asked if he could bring it in for May the 4th, and people loved seeing it when they came in. And so obviously it's a great 3D print to include in the store here.
And where did the Taylor Swift mosaic come from?
Yeah, so we saw somebody on Rebrickable make this Taylor Swift mosaic from 2 of the Batman mosaics.
Gotcha.
And so our kids are like, yep, we got to do this one for sure. And I tell you what, not only do people love coming in and seeing it, but also as you keep walking through the store, no matter where you're at, she's looking at you. So be careful. Taylor's always watching.
One other thing you have that I noticed when I first walked in is a nice variety of these power miner sets. So that's a theme you don't see a ton of, especially in this whole quantity. Did somebody bring in a whole bunch of those?
Yeah, this is about a third to a fourth of what we got from one person. I think he had all of the power miner sets. So some of them have already gone out the door. Again, like you said, people don't see these ones too often, so they're very excited to see things like this come in.
And then as we come to this side here, I wanted to give a shout out to these fantastic bricks. They're my sports shirts.
Aren't
so
they
you can
great?
see David modeling his over there. So if you want to show off your Lego fandom and your fandom of bricks and minifigs and beyond the brick, then you can come in and pick up one of these shirts here as well in a variety of colors. I think they look fantastic. I'm really happy with how these turned out.
For sure. Yep, we love them. We just got them here a couple weeks ago, and people are always coming over here right away to take a look at them.
Awesome. And we see a whole bunch of the newer sealed sets here as we kind of go down the left side. And then as we come back to the right side, you've got tons of your used sets over here, and we'll see some more of those later on, but I see like the castle chest set. I also love how the crane is kind of like barely contained by the ceiling up there.
Fits perfectly.
Now, you've got a couple unique builds here. What's the story behind these?
Yeah, so for about 5 years now, I've led a nonprofit called Create Minneapolis, and we provide education, tech education to urban students. And so we use Lego education to teach coding and robotics. So, for example, this first one here, it has a sensor right here, so when you put your hand up to it, it pumps it, and then it counts. Oh, I locked it there. And the flag goes up while you're cleaning your hands. And then the other one over here is a paper airplane launcher that fits on your hand. So you can hold it like this, and one sensor here is connected to these wheels, and then the other one over here will make the plane go.
Nice.
So again, we get to teach kids about engineering, about automation, coding, robotics, things like that. Things that they're, these hands-on learning opportunities that they're not getting in urban schools. So we use that, again, the nonprofit that I lead, and then also we have summer classes where we'll teach it here.
That's perfect. Then I see some Friends stuff down here. You got some accessories, and then we kind of start some of the minifigs you have in the glass cases. What do you keep in this one here?
Yeah, these are mostly series figs in here, and this is ever-changing, and probably, other than Star Wars, our most popular case. People absolutely love the series figs, and so, yeah, this is always changing. And then as we go along here, we just have the different themes, everything from Ninjago and Minecraft. Some of the older sets down there as well, we like to toss down there so people can see it real nicely. And over here, we get into the superheroes as well.
Yeah. And on the back wall here, I'm loving the variety of kind of older retired sets you've got, even like the smaller pirate ship there, and then of course the much larger one at the top, I think is super cool. So you've got a really nice variety of some of these older products. I think that's really neat. I also noticed a bunch of the castle sets there, like that black ship, kind of underneath the Harry Potter set is not something you see very often.
Yeah, and being brand new, only 4 months old, awareness is still growing about who we are. And so people are very excited to trade in their old Lego sets that are either, just sitting in a closet or they've been collecting dust up on a shelf. And, they love then to come in here and go, hey, what else do you have? Whether it's a brand new set that just got released or something that they haven't seen in 30, 40 years. They really like the model that Bricks and Minifigs has set up, and so it's still fun to see people brand new come in and learn about what the store model is all about.
And you've got some great third-party products as well, like Abby Dabbles here. So you got some hair clips, these earrings for all different seasons and types that are super cool. Then the B3 stuff, some really nice variety.
Yep, yeah, those, and then also Parker's bricks over here, so some fun mocks that are put together. People love seeing this creativity, and these things fly off the shelf, whether it's the jewelry or the small little builds like that. People really love seeing that, and it's very approachable as well. Sometimes it's hard to look at a Lego price and go, that's just very expensive. So some of these are a nicer price point for people.
And you mentioned this is another 3D minifig over here, is that right?
Yep, it's 3D printed, so it's all from a 3D printer.
Okay.
And again, the local guy who made this also makes these stands up here so that you can mount your different Star Wars ships up there. So he makes them specific to the ship, and then he uses the color and the logos and things like that to give it some fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. I also noticed some of these boxes here. So are these all complete sets? You've got some really old, interesting, retired stuff in here.
Yeah, these are certified sets, so they're guaranteed to have all the pieces, the original manual, and then also any stickers if it has stickers with it. So these ones, again, awareness for our customers is still a big thing that we're trying to help them understand, is that that's what this is. Where some of the ones on the shelf may not be 100%, these are guaranteed to have 100% of everything in them. And these rotate through quite a bit, so people love seeing these.
Yeah, absolutely. And some interesting things like this Robo Sports Mindstorms down here.
Yeah, that came from a local other nonprofit called High Tech Kids.
Okay.
So they run all the robotics competitions, and then they do some summer programs too. But when it goes out of date like that, they don't have anything to do with it, so they can bring it to us. We give them some cash, and then they can use that money for what's next.
You've got a fantastic lineup of sets here. One of my all-time favorite sets is this Viking Fortress. So I got this set when I was younger and when the Vikings theme first came out, and there's just so much playability here. It's kind of like Another one of my favorite sets is the Fort Legorado from the Western theme. Similar idea there because you can mix and match kind of the panels and the walls and everything and then just create so much fun with it. But this is, the whole Vikings theme I thought was fantastic, but this big fortress was super cool, so it's great to see that.
Yeah, and you talk about playability. People love coming in and talking about whether or not something is playable, right? That's a really big thing I think people want to see in something that's built. And so, for example, you know, my son David here, he loves all the different things that Ninjago does. And you can see we put a bunch of his Ninjago sets up high, and he just loves building it and seeing the different functions and secret things that they include in there. So that's a big thing for customers, seeing that playability option in the sets. Not as much in maybe some of the other ones, but they look beautiful nonetheless.
Right. Now behind us is your bulk tables. So what is your approach here to how you handle bulk? It looks like you've got a lot of maybe stuff organized by color underneath.
Right, yep. So as it comes to us, if it's already sorted, we're going to keep it sorted by color. Some people bring it in smaller bins that's sorted by shape, and so we'll keep it sorted that way because people love coming in and finding those pieces without having to have to swim through here for hours. But some people love going through there for hours as well. It's kind of like you could just fall asleep to this noise all day
Very
long.
contemplative, calming.
Right. Yeah, and so it's fun especially to have the local lug group come in and look for pieces, and then they build something and they bring it to a convention. So we had one a couple months ago here in a southern suburb, and so we went down there and got to connect with the people and see what they were building, and knowing that we were a part of what they needed, right? They were able to find some pieces here to be able to make their amazing creations, and look forward to seeing some more here in another week down at Brick World.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you've got your huge base plate logo here, which I always think is really cool. Shout out to the fantastic Beyond the Brick logo we've got in the corner there, looking good as well. But how do you normally use this space? Do you kind of stick things on here? How does that work?
Yeah, so we actually had this at grand opening, but we were so busy, we just got it mounted a couple days ago.
Okay.
But originally we were going to have it in the party room for kids to play with it, but we decided we wanted it close to the bulk table because we see kids here regularly and they're building and creating, and we want them to have a place to be able to just throw creations on here as well.
Yeah, it looks really nice. And as we make our way back, you can see the trade counter here. So obviously people bringing in lots of different Lego lots, and you've got to go through that and figure all that out. But then what else do you have in this space back here?
Well, real quick over here, we did take the world map and switched it over to the state of Minnesota, put a couple of the major rivers, Mississippi and Minnesota River on there. So our kids did that along with a couple of our employees here just in the last week. And so again, we live here in Roseville. We're very excited to have a store in Roseville, and the people here in the local area love having this store here. So we really want to celebrate that we're here in Roseville.
It's almost like a Lego quilt.
It is, isn't it?
Look, it looks great. Yeah, the colors are fantastic.
Yeah, and another thing that we wanted is an area for younger kids to be able to come and just play. Sometimes they're here with either the adult who's getting some bulk or the older sibling who's going to get some Lego stuff. And so oftentimes we have the little ones over here. Sometimes we get the adults to come over here and they don't want to be over there, so they'll start building as well. But some of the stuff here and then on this shelf are for the younger kids. And then back here, again, we wanted something to represent where we were at. And so here's the city logo. And then our friends over at Brickshell created the shadow box for it to make it really pop.
Fantastic. Yeah, that looks great. And the brick-built lettering is always cool to see. You can see when you get up close, you can start to pick out different specific pieces. There's like the frying pan element and things like that in there.
Yeah, wanted to make a little greebling on there to have it be a little bit more fun than just kind of the basic letters.
And then you've got a party room. I like the lettering here. Actually, do those windows open?
They do.
Okay.
So this is actually, we got our doors and our windows from kind of a reseller. And so we knew we wanted a big window, and this is one we found at a good price. And so we could open it up if we wanted. But yeah, because the ceiling or the wall is only partial, we don't need to open it up. We get to hear the kids all the time, have fun and play. And got the racetrack in there, of course. And so, whether it's a kid who won the race or their car came down and crashed epically, yeah, you get to hear that fun all the time in here. But yeah, this is a really cool space. We love the location for a lot of reasons, but this space already naturally came over here because the other unit ends right here.
Okay.
So we thought, well, this is perfect. We wanted a party room, not only for parties, but also for classes in the summer and other times. And so we love that we have this space in here and love getting people in here. And not just kids. I always tell adults they can have their birthday party here. And we had a 41-year-old actually celebrate their party or their birthday after hours here. She's a pastor in Minneapolis, and last year for her 40th birthday, she had someone custom built her church out of Lego and created the instructions. And then this year, she invited a bunch of people to the minifig maker table. Everyone can make themselves and put it up along with the church
nice.
in there. Yeah.
Do you try to create activities for the different parties, or how does that typically work if someone has an event here?
Yeah, this kind of standard is that, as kids show up, they get to start building their cars and race it down the track. And that, can go anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. And then they have some time for cake or pizza, other things like that. And then at the end, everybody either gets to build a minifig or they get to fill a small cup for bulk. And kids always love walking away with more Lego. And that's kind of the standard, but we also have some base plates and whatnot so kids could do mosaics, and they can do some other things. So if a parent wants something else, we're happy to do something else Lego related.
Sure. Yeah. So if it's a kid or adult that's interested in using this room, how does that work in terms of getting a hold of you and booking this out?
Yep, everything's on our website. You can just go bricksandminifigs.com/Roseville. And our summer classes are listed on there. Our birthday options are listed on there. You can always follow us on social media, of course, Instagram and Facebook. Post on there as much as we can. We do some fun things, even just last weekend with Bar Dur coming out. We had a version, and then we had our staff, starting with our son here, build it, and we asked everybody to guess how long it would take him to build it. And whoever guessed closest actually won the set. And so it took 8 hours and 15 minutes to build it. And the closest guess was 8 hours and 22 minutes.
Oh,
so
wow.
Only 7 minutes off. But those types of things people really love, engaging with and connecting with us on fun activities like that.
Awesome. Yeah, well, this whole store has been fantastic here. I love some of the local touches that you've got in here. And then again, a great selection of some of those older retired sets, both in the boxes and built on display. So that's really cool to see as well. So for everyone watching the video, if you're in the Minneapolis area, definitely make sure you come check the store out here in Roseville. We'll have links to all of the website and social media in the description, and you can mention you saw them on Beyond the Brick and say hello to whatever of the family is in here as well during the visit. So keep up the great work here. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much.